funeral, yeah. Fernando, are we on? Fugitive investigations. Good morning, everyone. That was for filming last night. Yeah. They were filming in here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Friday, May 5th, 2017. I think that is Cinco de Mayo.
Commissioner Rivas, Repenning, James, and Jacinto are present. President James, we have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Tim Tyson, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Angelica Samayoa with the Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Karen Coca, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Mike Cirillo, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment, no commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section, and no speaker cards under any of the items for today's agenda.
Thank you. No general public comment. We'll close general public comment as well as the Neighborhood Council category of commentary. Is there a second to my motion to approve the meeting minutes from the meeting of Wednesday, April 19th, 2017 by Commissioner Repenning? Any objection? Without objection, we'll approve those meeting minutes. We have an administrative item that's sent back for signature. Agenda item number 5. The Mayor and City Council have authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of the Bureau of Sanitation to execute the Fifth Amendment to Contract C-102987 with Rarig Pacific Company for the supply of automated curbside containers and provision of ancillary services. The Fifth Amendment will extend the term of the contract for an additional 3 years, from 15 years to 18 years, and increase the maximum allowable compensation by by $24,652,701, and that's from 200, obviously this contract has been in life for a while, from $216,722,505 to $241,375,206. It is being sent back for signature. Is there a second to my motion that we approve agenda item number 5 forthwith? By Commissioner Repenning. Any objection? With that objection, we will do so. Those are large numbers. Agenda item number 1, Bureau of Engineering in Council District 8, task order. Actually, let's go to agenda item number 2, just because I know we have some people that are in the audience. We can get them out of here faster. Agenda item number 2, task order solicitation. Nope, it's not number 2. It's the tree removal for 1212 Flower Street, which is number 3. Council District 14, Bureau of Street Services. Recommending that the board certify that the board has reviewed and considered the information in the addendum to the mitigated negative declaration for the project at 1212 South Flower Street and find the information contained therein appropriately addresses the requested tree removal. Second, find that the project will not have a significant environmental effect under the above described addendum to the mitigated negative declaration, as the imposition of the mitigation measures described in the MND and incorporated herein as project conditions, and there is no substantial evidence that the proposed project will have a significant effect on the environment pursuant to the city's environmental guidelines and is in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, which is CEQA. Number 3, find the project's conflict with any local policies or ordinances protecting biological resources, such as tree preservation policies or ordinances, is less than significant with the incorporation of mitigation measures 4-4 as contained in the MND. Number 4, adopt the addendum to the mitigated negative declaration. That's the MND I've been referencing. Number 5, specify that the Bureau of Street Services Urban Forestry Division, located at 1149 South Broadway, is custodian of the documents and other material that constitute the record of proceedings upon which the board's decision is based. And number 6, approve the request for a fee tree removal permit to remove 5 Indian laurel, those are fig, those are ficus trees, 4 bottle brush trees, and 1 Hollywood juniper tree. Tree replacements are required. This was continued from a week ago. Mr. Tyson, on number 3, so we had generally the hearing last week, and let me see if I can summarize the events of last week during the hearing. Mr. Pompelli?
Correct.
Okay, wow. And I don't have a speaker card in front of me. Appeared and was concerned. He was the only objector that we had at the board. I know that the council office was pleased with the size of the replacement trees. Mr. Pompelli was concerned that one of the trees had been, I thought he had said removed, maybe he didn't, but at least significantly cut. Did he say removed?
He did.
Okay, whatever, but that it had been removed without a permit, so, but there was also some indication of and some discussion of mitigation measures that had been taken place already through the tree removal or tree replacement program, and we sent you back on a week continuance to meet with the parties, visit the site, determine what happened, and to report back today, and here you are.
Yes.
So go ahead, sir.
Yes, we did meet at the site. I actually went to the site twice. The first time was to have the meeting with the developer and Mr. Pompelli. Mr. Kyle Fluker and Mr. Mark Spector are here today. They are the developers of the project, whom I met with, as well as Mr. Pompelli at the same time. We looked at the trees, we looked at the condition of the trees, and each tree I actually inspected separately with all the reasons why the tree may need to be removed just for condition alone. 3 of the trees are in bad condition. They have 10 foot of cavity decay in them, but it's hard decay. It's not soft decay. If it was soft decay, the trees would have fallen over, but they're still decayed. So these trees are not specimen trees. They're planted right next to the curb. And I actually made these photos for the commissioners to look at, so I'm just going to go ahead and give these to package for each. And no, I don't have them, but that's fine. So you can see that the trees, which Commissioner Repenning asked about, the trees across the street, I have photos of the trees across the street, which are ficus nidea trees, the same species. They're about half of the age, and have a lot of time to grow, and are around 22 to 25 feet tall. Now, the tree that was trimmed, actually not trimmed, it's a standing stump, is in there as well, and it's R5, which would be, or R1. Now I don't remember. Let's see. Anyway, the rest of the trees were not touched. Basically what happened was the superintendent of the job site was told by one of the developers that they were going to have to remove some trees, and the tree that was down that got cut like that is right where the driveway actually has to be widened. So it was a definite tree that could not stay. And after close inspection of all the trees by myself, the curbs are cracked, the curb and the flow line is affected. Therefore, to bring everything up to code, which is what the developer is supposed to do, the entire curb and gutter has to be removed, and an integral curb and gutter has to be put back in at the end of the project. Therefore, correcting the flow line, or what you have out there is a big puddle of water whenever it gets wet or it rains, and mosquito breeding and that kind of thing takes place. So when they do these developments and spending this kind of money, the best thing to do is bring everything up to codes. Everything's brand new, and we have a new life on the corner, new buildings, new trees, and another 50 years. So after I discussed what happened with the tree, with the developer, the chief forester, myself, decided that what would be the right thing to do would be to plant 3 72-inch box-sized Columbia blood-good London plane trees. Where the ficus trees are being removed, you can only plant 3 trees across the street. Now, these trees are 24 feet tall, 17 feet wide, and 7 to 10 inches in diameter. So they're
24 feet tall?
Yeah, 22 to 24 feet.
Okay, I was going to say, because earlier they were 22, they grew 2 feet.
Yeah, it depends.
So now they're 22 to 24. Okay.
Right
got it.
in there is what they said that the height
Okay.
would be. So the tree grows around 2 feet per year.
Okay.
So putting these trees in are like what I call instant treeification. It's quite a remarkable thing. All of a sudden you have these mature trees that are in there half mature, and you don't even notice the trees were removed.
And it's a 72-inch box?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's going to cost a bit more than what they would have been planting, which were 48-inch box trees. So with that, I go back to requesting that the board approve the removal of the trees for the development and move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Tyson. Commissioner Repenning.
Tim, I appreciate your quick work on this. I know you're a busy man. Did they have a permit to do the pruning?
No, they didn't.
Okay, so what do we normally do when people do that?
Normally, we make them remove the tree and replant new trees.
Okay.
Okay, so they're going to remove the tree, which they have to do anyway, but they've agreed with me to plant these much larger trees, so Mr. Pompelli as well will get some sort of good feeling about what's happening across the street and actually be able to see the trees outside his window.
Okay, so I'm okay with this, but I think it's really important that we just say to anyone in the room and anyone who may be listening that if you want to prune a street tree, you must pull a permit with us.
That is an absolute. Anything in the city right-of-way requires a permit.
Thank you.
And was Mr. Pompelli involved in the meeting and/or discussion that resulted in the larger replacement trees?
Yes, he was.
Okay. I don't have anything further. Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Tim, can you tell us the species of the replacement of the 72-inch box tree again?
They're the same that was going to be planted, which is the Columbia, Platanus hispanica, London plane.
London plane. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Commissioner Rivas?
Are these trees the staging area for the crane? I remember from last time that was why they were being removed?
Yes, that's one reason.
Okay.
There's multiple reasons why all these trees need to be removed. That's what I was trying to explain to Mr. Pompelli. In order to try to save one, there was so many other reasons why it would have to be removed other than what he was thinking. So if you're going to put in a curb, just if you were putting in a curb and gutter here, you would have to remove all those trees because they're on top of the curb. If you need it for a staging area, they're in the way for the safety of all the workers and all the public that are walking near the area for hoisting up and driving trucks in there and doing all this work in a confined area. So for safety reasons, for the fact that the trees cannot sustain the impacts, all those different reasons, these trees should be removed and replaced with better trees.
And is the developer going to work on the curb and gutter, like the repairs on that?
Yes.
Okay.
The curbs are cracked. You can see in the photo there, 2 of the trees are actually pushing the curb down, which is, I've got a tape measure there. You can see where it's 1 inch to 1.5 inches difference in the gutter flow line. And all that has to be brought back to grade and fixed.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything further? I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 3. Is there a second? By Commissioner Cinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 3. Any issue sending it forthwith? We'll send number 3 forthwith. Thank you, Mr. Tyson.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone else who participated in the process over the last week. Agenda item number 6, we have an oral report on our Los Angeles Convention Center from the Bureau of Engineering. Ms. Weintraub.
Thank you, President
Good morning.
James. Good morning. I appreciate your allowing me. It's a pretty brief report.
Okay.
First, I wanted to just update you on the activities on the Convention Center expansion. Discussions have been going on with AEG through the Chief Legislative Analyst's Office since approximately October, and they continue at this moment. what I understand from the CLA, that when they feel they've reached some kind of consensus, they will bring the item back to council, but they anticipate that BOE will play a role one way or another. So that's really the only update I have on the convention center expansion. But I wanted to take the opportunity to tell you a little bit about our solar project. Part of the mayor's goal to add 400 megawatts of solar power generation in the basin is being met by the award of a contract for a large solar installation on the roof of the convention center. This board permitted us to release proposals back in November of 16. It was 3 firms responded: Permacity, Con Edison, and Borrego Solar. It was a 2-step approval process that was performed for the selection of the firm. They first had to meet minimum requirements, such as having done a comparable installation. It was a design-build request for proposals. They had to have familiarity of working with DWP, bonding capacity. They all met the requirement. Bids were opened in January of this year, and April 5th, Permacity was awarded by the board the project for 2 megawatts of solar panels. They're in design. The award amount was $5.4 million because we added an ad alternate to it, which extended the warranty for the inverter and for 5 years and 5 years of monitoring. In December of last year, we also received a commitment of a solar rebate from DWP for $2.27 million, which is significant, more than half the award, or about half the award. The first picture just shows you the south roof, which is closest to you, where the PV or photovoltaic panels will be placed. The second picture shows you the look of that from the street. I think from the street it's going to be pretty invisible. It won't be apparent to the public. The next picture then gives you a perspective of that roof. This is looking from the north to the south, and it's the big curved area. And then the last picture shows you a proposed layout that was in our task order solicit, or our request for proposals, that we're going to generate about 15% of the power consumption of the convention center on an annual basis with this installation. It will be somewhere over 4.5 acres of PV panels on the roof, so it's pretty extensive. And we anticipate that the installation will start this summer. And so with that, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Deborah. How long will the installation take?
So the installation should be done in about a year. Yeah.
About a year?
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Repenning?
Hi, Deborah. What is the status of the on-call list for solar? You guys are putting one out, correct?
Yes, we've been working with the mayor's office on that, and we are just in initial conversations. We haven't actually issued any task order solicitations yet.
I think the intention is that engineering will increasingly take the lead on solar installations on municipal facilities, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, I think that's a great area of expansion for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, nothing else. The oral report will be received.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to Fire Station 39, which is agenda item number 4, contract award. Oh, and by the way, agenda item number 7, Mr. Campos, we're continuing to our off-site meeting, which is May the 17th?
Wednesday, May 17th.
Yes.
That is correct.
Great. So that's continued, number 7. Number 4, Bureau of Engineering and Contract Administration, Council District 6, requested contract award, Los Angeles Fire Department, Van Nuys Fire Station, number 39. This was a rebid, recommending that the board first declare Ford EC Incorporated the first low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder, and award Ford a contract for the project for $14,499,000. And second, authorize myself or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute the contract after approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney, Mr. Kawaguchi. You moved over, Alan, when I was describing the item. How are you?
Good morning, Commissioners and Executives, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Campos. My name is Alan Kawaguchi. I'm the Program Manager for Proposition F and Q. The City Engineer is requesting the award of the Van Nuys Fire Station Number 39 project located at 14651 Oxnard Street to Ford EC in the amount of $14,499,000. This is a construction of a replacement two-story fire station of approximately 18,500 square feet, and it's located in the Van Nuys North Sherman Oaks area. This project has been rebid. This is actually its third rebid. Two bidders were received for the bid, Ford EC and SG Amoroso. Ford was the lowest responsible bidder at $14,499,000, which is about 2.89% higher than the city engineer's estimate. Ford exceeded the WBE and EBE combination goal of 12% with an 18.66 pledge. The pledge for the MBE, MBE, SBE, and DBE were slightly lower than anticipated, but during bid review, Ford EC did do their outreach in good faith. Ford has worked on several other projects with the city and with the bond. They did do the construction of Fire Station 43 and did the construction of the South Central Animal Care Center. So they have experience with LEED, since this building will be a LEED Silver building. And they also have experience with building information modeling, which is the way this station is going to be constructed. So again, the city engineer is asking for approval to award this contract.
Finally. Not that your presentation was a long time. The requested award is a long time. Alan, we were dealing with this in year one of our term.
That is correct. When you first came on board,
yes.
We had our CEQA in front of the board at that time, and
that's right.
Like I said, we went from a negative negative deck to a mitigated negative deck to a full-out EIR, and that's where we're at this point.
In July, I start year 5.
Pardon?
In July, I start year 5.
Right.
So here we are.
So
all
hopefully
right.
We'll be constructed in 2 years, and we'll have you back out there when it's done. You will get to see at least its completion, right?
That's right. Well, that'll be good. So I don't have any questions about this. Thank you for the briefing. We've talked a lot about this project. Any questions about the requested contract award? Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Alan, in absence of Commissioner Davis, I'll chime in on the business inclusion program. It's good to see them exceed 18%. And looking at the lineup of subcontractors, it's very representative of Los Angeles. That's an affirmation of wanting where we're headed in terms of big, important projects like this to diversify it and make sure that small businesses participate.
Okay, good. Great.
I know the fire department's looking forward to their new fire station.
They've been waiting a long time for this one.
Yes. So, and the San Fernando Valley and the community that it will serve as well. So we look forward to it. All right. Anything else? Thank you. Then Commissioner Jacinto's made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 4. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 4.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any issue sending number 4 forthwith? We will send number 4 forthwith. We can go to agenda item number 1 now. Council District 8, task order solicitation number 28, John Friedman, Alice Kim Architects. Authorize the city engineer to issue the task to John Friedman, Alice Kim Architects, contract number C-124801, from the pre-qualified on-call architectural and related professional services consultants list to provide design services for the Van Ness Recreation Center pool and bathhouse project as stated in task order solicitation number 28 with a budget authority of $696,000, which includes contingency. Mr. Maraburugu, how did I do?
Quite well. Baruguru.
Okay. I'm working on it.
Yes, you are doing. Appreciate it.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. This project is a pool and bathhouse replacement project. It's located in the area of Van Ness and Slauson in CD8. The area doesn't have a pool for some time, and we are requesting an authority to issue task order for design to John Friedman, Alice Kim for $696,000. The design includes replacement of the pool and bathhouse, adding splash pads, and so Alice came competed with about 5 consulting firms out of 20, and we went through our selection criteria, and Alice came on top with MBE of 18%, WBE of 7%, and by the way, Alice Kim itself is also an MBE and WBE firm. However, the SBE was 0, but he met the other percentage. So this request is for us to continue design with the project for $696,000. And I sent you around a picture of the area showing the pool, the new pool, all the work around it, including splash pads and bathhouse.
Any questions at all? Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you. This is a great project moving forward. I remember getting briefed on it last year. Being able to provide a recreational amenities such as a pool, a bathhouse, and a splash pad in Council District 8 is very important as we want to make sure that there are assets, there are facilities throughout our city. So this is, I'm happy this is moving forward, and great numbers, and good to know that the architects that have been selected are also minority. Thank you.
Anything else? Commissioner Santos, thank you, sir. Commissioner Santos made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 1. Commissioner Rivas seconds it. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 1. Any issue sending number 1 forthwith? We will send number 1 forthwith. Thank you, sir. Agenda item number 2, Bureau of Sanitation, Task Order Solicitation SN-71 to Brown and Caldwell and CDM Smith Incorporated, recommending that the board authorize the Director of the Bureau of Sanitation or his designee to issue 2 notices of award to the following consulting firms from the Bureau of Sanitation on-call consultant list to provide closed-circuit television inspection of the North Outfall sewer pipes as follows. First, Brown and Caldwell provides CCTV, sonar, laser profiling, and renewal plans for the NOS pipes, that's the North Outfall sewer pipes, and with increased challenges to assess their structural condition in an amount not to exceed $1,433,000. And secondly, CDM Smith Incorporated provides CCTV, sonar, laser profiling, and renewal plans for the NOS pipes in an amount not to exceed $1,067,000. The total estimated cost for TOS in SN71 is $2,500,000. The term of the contract will be 6 months to 1 year with a 1-year renewal option starting from the date that the Bureau of Sanitation issues the notice to proceed. Mr. Burko.
Good morning. My name is Kwesi Berko. The request before you is for approval of budget of $2.5 million for us to acquire CCTV, sonar, and laser profile of the North Outfall sewer. And with this information, we'll be able to assess the structural condition of the North Outfall sewer, and with that, help improve the rehabilitation sequence of the pipe that we already have in order to avoid any further failures or collapse of this pipe. So just to give you a little bit of background information, the North Outfall sewer is our longest pipe, is about 59 miles long, and it is one of our oldest pipes as well. It was built in the 1920s and 30s, and is made of brick and concrete with, which is unreinforced and has tile lining as well. Now, through available information, we know that some of the tiles have fallen off, exposing the pipe to hydrogen sulfide gas attack. There's debris in the pipe. The pipe itself has several bends along it, and the spacing between access points is very long in certain situations, as much as 4,000 feet. With all this information, it is very difficult to access the pipe and assess the condition of the pipe. Nonetheless, we have a rehabilitation sequence and have been rehabilitating this pipe But in the last 10 months to 1 year, we have seen 2 failures on this pipe already. One that happened in downtown on Mission and 6, and the more recent one that happened in Studio City. So with the CCTV information that we want to get, we will have an eye into the system. With the sonar, we'll be able to map the extent of debris that we have within the pipe. And with the laser profiling, we'll be able to determine information such as voids within the pipe and also pipe deformation. And with that information, when we put that together, we'll be able to determine the structural condition of the pipe and take proactive measures to fix the pipes. So in the negotiations that we've been doing with the consultants, we also anticipate some amount of cleaning will need to be done on the pipes because of the conditions that I've already listed, and we've made provisions for that. We're also talking about the consultants will provide us what we're calling red alert information, which is as they acquire the CCTV, sonar, and laser information, if they come upon any problem situations such as voids or imminent threat of failure, they will immediately notify us and we will take corrective action on that. So we're looking at a very aggressive schedule to get this work done, and as a result of that, we have selected 2 consultants so that we can expedite the work and get it done in a very short order of time so we can determine the structural condition and prevent any failures from happening on this pipe. With that, I'll take your questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions? No questions? I don't have any questions. All right. Is there a motion on agenda item number 2? By Commissioner Penning. Is there a second on number 2? By Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2. Any issue sending number 2 forthwith? We will send number 2 forthwith. Thank you, Mr. Burko.
Thank you.
Mr. Campos, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Okay, then we are adjourned, everyone. Have a nice weekend.